One very common use of the data validation feature in Excel is to create drop-down lists. This is also a way of restricting cell input values. Let's try it out by creating a drop-down list in cell C11. We want this cell to become a drop-down menu made up of all our dessert items. To do this, we have to open the data validation menu again. Our validation criteria will now be list, and in this next field, we have to reference our source, which is where the list values will come from. This can be on our worksheet or on a different worksheet. Now we can either enter a cell reference range by typing it in, or we can type in the name of our list if it was a named cell range somewhere in our workbook. We will link our source by clicking on this icon and then selecting our list values. If we press enter, we'll be taken back to the data validation settings, and we can see that our list values will be the values in cells B2 to B9. These will appear as an in-cell drop-down menu, and if there are any blank cells in our source, these will be ignored. Let's press OK to apply these settings. Now, if this has been done correctly, you should see an arrow icon appear to the right of your cell. This indicates that the cell contains a drop-down menu, which in our case is our list of dessert items. So how can this help us? Well, remember how we previously entered a VLOOKUP function to find out the price of an item? Let's do this quickly again in cell C12 and reference cell C11 as our lookup value. Our table array is B2 to D9, and our column index number is 3 because price is in the third column in our table, and we're looking for an exact match, so we will enter false as the last argument. Now if we press enter, we get an error. This is because we have referenced cell C11 as our lookup value, and this is currently blank. All we have to do is select any value from our drop-down list, and our VLOOKUP function should work perfectly. Do you immediately see how this can make such a big difference? We can see the price of any item by simply selecting it from our drop-down list. Data validation is commonly used with VLOOKUP functions because the functions become more powerful and interactive when drop-down lists are used as lookup values.